Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day today, despite the tornado warnings in our area and whatnot. This could be a very interesting stream, depending on how that goes. Apparently, that's all over the East Coast, and hopefully, everyone who's affected by that, hopefully, you're doing well and you're all safe, and all that stuff. So today, yeah, all right. I already have people chatting in that their power's out. So luckily, you can see this and you can chime in and chat with us. But geez, that's rough. Heard you had a brownout earlier today, which is a little bit different, but it can be affected by power surges and stuff to your building. That's rough. Oh, sweet. Ashley's now hosting. Appreciate it. Thanks, Ash. She's right back there, actually. Ashley's working in the background. We're finishing up our work days. It is Monday, so this is another Producer's Log live stream. And today we're going to be chatting about video editing. We're working on a short film. Actually, Kathy is probably watching right now, who she's in it. She directed it, and it's going to be example footage for her. It's going to be a short film that she's going to be putting out, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Should be really interesting. Yay, awesome. Friday Jones, just like the stream. Appreciate it. It's great to have you here. So yeah, we're gonna be working on the short film. Afterwards, I'm going to be posting some review material and talking about why reviews are so important. I've been doing a lot of Amazon reviews and reviewing businesses on Google Maps, and I'm gonna kind of talk about how that's helped my business and helped sort of aspects of my business that I never thought it would affect. And I'm going to talk about that while I'm doing some of it. I used the last live stream to create some highlights and some gear review kind of footage, and I'm going to be putting that towards Amazon and YouTube, Facebook, stuff like that. And finally, we're going to end up with testing to see if the multi-stream to Instagram is working. If you're on Instagram right now and you're watching, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Hopefully we're going to make this work. I don't think it's actually sending to Instagram right now. So we're going to test that out later. We're going to see what's going on. Figure out what's up and see how we can do that. Because in the future, I'm hopefully going to be doing some streams in conjunction with an online e-learning platform. I've talked about them a bunch of times before. I like to talk about them because that's where I've done some of my own training. UXL is a website where you can go on and do online training of all kinds. I'm not sponsored by them as of yet, but maybe one day in the future. That'd be cool. But yeah, they have all kinds of things like media production and photography, Photoshop, art, digital media, everything. Like there's tons and tons of stuff on there. There's different types of coding languages that you can learn. There's all kinds of courses, and it's a lot like any of those other platforms that do that sort of thing, but they have a really tight-knit, thriving community there. A lot of people post on their pages, and they encourage people to send in the media and the creative projects that they've been working on. So it's just a platform that I really like. So hopefully in the future we'll be doing some Instagram streams with them. We'll be doing some multi-streaming where I'm talking to you on the same channel as always, but it's also being sent out to people on UXL and on those other platforms that they have. So that would be really cool. And hopefully, if things pan out, we'll be chatting with you from those platforms soon. But in the meantime, let's get this editing project going. I'm gonna have to have a sip of water here. You always have to have a giant jug of water handy if you're doing any live streaming. Okay, so I'm going to get us into a dual screen setup here so you can see what I'm working on. First, I'm going to open up the project, make sure I have everything in the right place here. Yeah, we're all looking good. Cool. Okay, so this project is still in the fairly early stages. We just went to our dual screen here. All right, so this project that we've been working on, it's I've got a bunch of clips here. As we scroll through, you can see there's quite a few clips. Each of these clips is it's the video file and then the accompanying audio, which is the audio was recorded on a separate device. So you had to import and sync video footage and then figure out, which audio file went along with that. Sometimes the naming conventions on these things aren't synced up, or, time code isn't necessarily used. Like, those things can be difficult to understand in production and kind of expensive to use sometimes. Like having for instance, some productions, they'll have a clapboard, which is that little thing that goes click at the very beginning. It could be synced to the camera's time code wirelessly. So there's numbers flashing on the screen that freeze the second that you clap that board, showing exactly the point in the time code when you synced your audio. Meanwhile, on a lot of films and stuff that I work on, it's typically someone with an audio recording device and another person with a camera, and they're both working separately. Sometimes the camera doesn't even have audio, and you have to sync those up in post. So there's a couple of ways that you can do it. Ideally, there's an audio track on the video. So if we're looking at this track here, see, I have these two paired up so that if I move them, they're moving together. They're not going anywhere. But this track, the blue track right here, typically would show a couple of other tracks below it. Those would be the audio channels that sync along with that file. These files, they weren't recording audio at the time, so we didn't have like internal camera or anything like that. So we're having to go along with the actual clap of the board. But as you can see, the stripes on the board itself, they give you a spot. Hey, Nate Williams, appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it. It's always good seeing you on the stream. Nate is he's always popping in and out. It's great to see you. Hopefully I'll catch one of your streams soon. I was seeing that you were doing a live stream the other day, and that's great to see. Go check him out. He's a beat producer and rapper from northeastern PA. Great dude. Good friend of mine. He's actually in a couple of the short films that we've worked on too. So yeah, we're talking production right now. Let me get another sip of water here. It's a dry day over here.
Is Nate watching from Facebook or Instagram? Because his chat didn't show up on the phone.
I think he's chatting from it might be Instagram. I'm not sure. The that one might be working, but I can't look at my own Instagram profile. Do you have Instagram? Yeah, okay. So yeah, of course you do. If you were to check out my account, I might be live streaming right now. I'm not entirely sure. Also, I might only have a 15-minute time limit on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram and you're watching, come to twitch.tv/FCMG_stay. And you'll be able to watch the entirety of this stream. You'll also be able to chat in and do all that stuff. We don't quite have our chat connected for Instagram, so if you're commenting or anything from there, I'm not going to be able to get it right away. Otherwise, you can always find us on Facebook. We're also streaming there. Facebook.com. You can search Full Coverage Media Group, and you'll be able to find us there. I believe it's /FC Media Group. If you want to short link it. But yeah, if you are watching on Instagram, I appreciate it, and I hope the stream is working. We're using Yellow Duck, which is a software to restream there. Anyway, I'll get back on track here. All right, so we're working on the short film. We're talking about syncing your audio and your clips. So with this, I had to find the corresponding audio for each clip. So that had to do with syncing up the date and time of every clip. So you had to organize by date and time and then link them up by so you could like select them all, drop them into the timeline, then you would see all of them next to each other in a linear fashion, and you would have to line them up with the clips that are the same according length or similar lengths. So it took a little bit of guess and check, but I did get this done. And hey, Michael Pandel, appreciate it. Check an IG for me. Watch my back, man. I appreciate it. It's great. All right, so Ashley isn't seeing it on Instagram. I think it might be, I think I might have to figure that out a little bit more. It was a bit of a rush to figure that out. I got an email from a possible partner where they're looking to do Instagram streams and multi-stream at the same time, because of formats and all kinds of things like that. Like, because we're shooting 16:9 like this and not thanks, Michael. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for checking. Because we're doing 16:9 like this and not doing the vertical format, it might show up a little bit weird. It might not work exactly as we want it to. So we're trying to test like different ways, and I apparently just didn't get it set up right yet. Yeah, okay. We got a no dice from Michael Pandel. Appreciate it, buddy. Okay, so when it comes to that section, I'll figure out what's going on there. Maybe we'll be able to get the stream up for a little bit, and then I'll talk to Instagram for a little bit with you guys here. And yeah, but we'll worry about that later. That's no big deal right now. Okay, so we're talking about syncing those clips up. So when you get those clips lined up, you have the approximate, like, okay, I think this is the audio file that goes with this video clip. When you're, you know what, I'm actually going to ungroup these, unlink them, and I'll show you what you got to do. So we're just going to move this clip over. I think I adjusted audio there for a second. All right, so we're going to move this clip over just so that they're obviously out of sync, right? On each clip, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find that moment where the clapboard hits. Ashley Reinhardt, appreciate it. Thank you. You're right back there. Virtual high five. Pow. I like getting those notifications. This is a little Pavlovian training for me. All right, so you find the place where those lines clip together, and you're gonna go frame by frame, and you're gonna find the one that's almost perfect. It's right before it actually closes. Depending on when the person started the camera, that's going to be very different. So, all right. So this clip is going to be easy because I have it cut perfectly where I want it, right? So you're basically going to move this as close as you possibly can. See here, the sound is a little bit before where we are in the video, and you can see from the clapboard that it's not completely closed. So that's not quite where it's going to be. We're going to shift that one frame to the right, and then we're going to test it. That looks good. Let's see when someone talks.
Did you bring the recipe?
Yep. Here it is, right here.
Perfect. That looks good. Okay, so now we've got our audio synced. I'm going to link those back up. Actually, no, just to make sure that we're doing it perfectly right. There we go. All right. Hey, Dennis and Stephanie, appreciate it. Thank you for watching. It's good to see you. Hope you two are staying safe up there, and sane up there. I mean, we all know that's not the case, but we'll say for the sake of. Anyway, good seeing you both. Yeah, we're working on some edits right now. I'm drinking giant jugs of water, and yeah, we're going through editing a short film. So the point that we're at right now, that I'm at in this edit, Kathy, if you're watching, is I'm linking up all of the audio segments here. So we have a ton of clips, but what ended up happening is our file transfer, the system that we use to transfer files broke them up into chunks. So when we compressed the actual footage to send it to this computer, it ended up breaking it up into tiny little bits and pieces, and that's over maybe 15 or 20 folders. I'll see if I can find. We might be able to find this. Here we go. See if I can find any of these clips in Reveal and Explore. There we go. Okay, that's going to take a second to load up just because I have probably 1, 2, 3 external hard drives that are spinning up right now. So give those a second and we'll look at the files here. Certain file transfer systems, such as like zipping a file, especially if it's footage, can sometimes break up the actual footage files. I think it does its best to keep everything in one section, but it can kind of mix things up sometimes. It can change file names. There's some weird things that can happen unless you're using like a zipping service that's particularly good for video. I personally have just been biting the bullet and getting lots of storage space online, so I can transfer, up to a half terabyte of footage or something if I need to. So let's take a look at this video drive download. Okay, so when this file was zipped, basically here's the full file that we got. Open this up, and we have 17 different folders. The 17 different folders are all chunks of I think it's like a limited file size that they can do in whatever service was used. But that means that I have more footage in there. So I have to go through these ones. You're seeing there's 1.99 gigabytes, 1.99 gigabytes. I was going through the edit, and I was trying to figure out what I'd done wrong. I was like, there's something missing here. Like I'm trying to put these scenes together, and I can't quite get the script like fully fleshed out. Like I feel like there's something missing. So I came back here and I started finding all these other folders that had additional video files from different days. Because the folder itself that was sent was structured as sound and video, and then each one has, like, video has day 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each one of those gave me a different bit of the footage that was in there. So there's all kinds of things that you have to pay attention to when doing file transfer, and this is something that I missed off the bat, and now I'm catching up because of it. There's a whole lot more footage in this project than I thought there was. So Kathy, I apologize for the wait, but we are going to get this all synced up, all added in together, and we're going to have your best shots in here. You definitely have a short film. Like, I thought this was the footage that we had, and I was like, oh no, we're going to have to cut some scenes. But you did a great job. So this is part of the project now, is working all the way through there. The next thing that I actually wanted to talk about, though, is the one file that I pulled out was the script. I'm not going to go through the entire thing because I know that, that's just kind of giving away a script online. So I'm going to keep that safe for Kathy. But basically what the next step is, once I have all of these grouped up, linked together, and synced up, which is a whole project in and of itself. Once those are all synced up, then I'll be able to go through and label these files. So here's an example. So we can go into, I'm going to save this file really quick. Always save, always save, always save. All right, we're going to go into our top window here. This is our workspaces, and right now I'm in color. I was going through doing some color correcting on these files. You can see, made a nice little difference. We're getting into video range there. We're also bringing back some color in certain segments, like these, where it was the light balance was set to something else. Here we actually get our white door, and then they match these clips a little bit better. Which, where is it? There's one that the color change isn't quite so extreme. But yeah, I was going through and balancing these clips, and basically what you would do is, in workspaces up top, if you're going into editing, you would obviously go to editing. But in order to rename and add information to your clips, you're going to go in here to the right arrow, and you're going to click meta logging. Meta logging gives you a whole bunch of information for, like, metadata options. And here you can go through. I typically work in Dublin Core and Basic, which just has things like you can do labels in here. You can add a nickname to the clip, or you can rate it. I might use the rating system to distinguish which clips are the good ones and which ones are the ones that I'm not going to use in the final film. That's the word. But I could also go up to, where is it? There's one of these has, yeah, okay, so you can mark your clips. There's rights management. No, that's not it. Where is it? Dynamic media. Somewhere in here, there is a good take box. It's not in relation. Okay, let's scoot this over. Oh, you know what? I think it's up top here. Yeah, okay. So, in your clip, this is up top, this which just has your basic clip information. You can change your label colors, etc. Here you can add your descriptions, comments, log notes, file paths, all things like that. So I added in the shot, the name, but I'm actually going to add the information that's on the clapboard. That way I can see that information when I'm just going in and putting my clips together. That way I'm not looking at AA0011. Instead I'm looking at 6B2, which is scene 6, and that corresponds to the scene in the script. So it's going to be a lot easier to edit this film once we have everything named according to the script itself. That's going to be like our roadmap to really laying this thing out. And that makes my job so much easier. It's fantastic that they included a script. Kathy, thank you for doing that. Including the script, including a shot list or anything like that can really help your editors, especially if they're not involved with the production process itself. Like having your camera operator be your editor is an ideal situation. That way they know what footage is where, what it's going to be labeled as, what day it's on, all that stuff. Kathy, no worries at all. Yeah, so doing that really helps out your editors. Any information that you can pass on if they're not intrinsically involved with that process is huge. So thank you so much. So I'm going to go through here basically, and we're going to look at all of our takes for that shot once they're all organized together. And we're going to mark through which ones are good, which clips we're going to take, and then when we go into assembly, we can actually look through the media raw like this. Like when I was organizing the media originally, I was going through and hiding things that weren't from this project. There were some files that were from I think it was just the entire card was captured and sent over, and there were some files that were from a previous project. So those all got hidden. Once you click that button on there, it goes away. You can choose to show hidden objects. I believe it's, yeah, view hidden right in here. So you right click on the on any blank space in the box. Doesn't want to do it now. I think it was doing an autosave there. Yeah, all right, here we go. And then you can click view hidden. That way you can go through anything that's been hidden already, but it still has that check mark to know that you've gone through it once before. And then you can also see, where is it? Good. So good check marks are going to be your good takes. That makes the whole process so much easier. Let's look over here. I'm going to look at our status. All right, we're kind of up to about a half hour. So I have to kind of format these producers logs. I'm going to try and stick it to about an hour. The reasoning for that is that the methods of streaming that I'm using with Instagram TV, the longest I think that you can get is 60 minutes, but that's only with verified accounts. So that means that I'm going to have to make sure that the people that we're streaming to are verified accounts. We can go for that 60-minute limit, and when we get close to that, we'll have to end the streams. I mean, I guess the worst case scenario is it gets cut off on Instagram, but still, we want to have that nice solid outro, that sweet little tune that plays, all that stuff. All right, so that's our next steps on this process. This is Recipe for Disaster, which is a short film written and directed and produced by Kathy Fiorillo, with the help of her daughter Jackie Fiorillo, who I've worked with on many occasions. Jackie, I believe, she did directing on set. She was helping operate cameras, all this stuff. She really set the thing up. Yeah, and it's they've been a great team to work with on several occasions. We've got all kinds of things that we're working on, and I'm excited to work on some more of those how-to videos. All right, so let's see. Anything else that I want to talk about with this today? We do have a good bit more to go with this, but as you can see, we do have our clips synced, lined up. Things are looking good. We have our color edits going well. Honestly, this is going to be a great one. It's an interesting short story, and I like the point of it. It's going to be a funny one. Yeah, so we'll move on to our next topic here, which is going to be, we're going to be talking about, see if I can remember. Yeah, okay. Review highlights. So I've got a couple highlights up on, here we are. We're going to go back to our single shot here. I've got a couple of highlights up on Twitch that were from a previous live stream. And I spoke about a couple of pieces of gear and talked about their features, all that stuff. The reason why I did that is so on different platforms, I can take those clips and I can share them in various ways, but I only had to go through one series of production. I could talk to you all live about it, get your questions, get your comments as we're doing this, but then also use that media to leverage a better review on Amazon, and also post highlights and short clips on my Instagram and Facebook accounts. But the reason why I think a lot more people should be working on reviews like this is it's a really easy way to gain a lot of value and a lot of leverage on these platforms. So a lot of people order from Amazon. A lot of people will order things through eBay. I actually just started ordering from eBay a little while ago. I never used to trust it when I was younger, but it's been around for so long that it's got to have some good features, and it's been great. I've found things that are inexpensive. I've found things that are great deals, and I've found things that are interesting options for what I do. But in the process, I've made sure to take photos of the items after I receive them, talk to the people that I've ordered them from, and leave reviews with comments about how the product worked, if it had any kind of weird things about it, if it had some cool features that I wasn't expecting, etc. And over the years, that's turned into sort of like a second job for me. There are, well, more like a 7th or 8th job, but there's a ton of merchants out there that are putting new products onto these platforms, and without having activity on their pages or having reviews or having content content created about their products that people will see and they'll go, oh, okay, like that makes, this person knows what they're talking about, so maybe I should try that product out. Without having that, they're kind of floundering. It's really hard to get your products sold unless you have some sort of what's that concept called? Social proof. Social proof is like when you have 100 likes on a photo on Facebook. Someone is going to scroll past that and go, oh yeah, I like that too. Meanwhile, someone who has no likes on a post is like, that first like is a little bit more reluctant. So seeing that a whole lot of other people like something gives you a reason to go, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. It gives you some sort of justification. And this is the same sort of thing. If you're adding reviews and whatnot to these platforms, you're really going to be able to stand out from other consumers and also get your questions answered faster. You'll be able to probably get responses faster from the people who are selling the items to you, the merchants. And it can end up as an altogether better experience for you. but I'm not advertising those services really. I'm kind of talking to you about your value here. What you can do oftentimes is, you know, write these reviews and just do them as sort of a goodwill gesture at first, and then you know, if you ever get in contact with if you get in contact with a merchant, you can ask them, are there any products that you would like to have a review on? Sometimes they'll, you know, most of the time they'll get back to you with, no, we're good for now, you know, we have plenty of stuff, especially if it's a bigger brand. But if you've purchased something from someone that has no reviews on their product, or very few reviews, or they've maybe changed their product and made it better in regards to reviews that they've gotten, then you know, you could be a big help to them getting more sales by offering your services as a reviewer. But the only way that you can really do that is if you have some review content up already. So what I've been doing is I've actually been shooting this stuff with cell phones. My cell phone has been decent enough. I was using a Galaxy S9, which is not one of the newest phones out there. It's still pretty darn good, but it's not like brand spanking new or anything. You know, set it up on a little tripod, shoot some reviews. You can use different free editors to just cut these things together, so there isn't a whole lot of you saying what, like, you know, I do. But you'll get a lot of just really quick information, and post those to your Amazon profile. See what people say. Add some reviews and add some insights. It's definitely been really helpful for me, and it's something that if you're stuck at home, or you know, you got nothing to do, go through your Amazon orders, go into your account and check out your previous orders and add some reviews of those items. Take a photo of the thing sitting on your table and, you know, post it up there. You'll be surprised by the response that you get. Kathy, yeah, it's I don't know, it sounds kind of like general information, but this has really been a huge help to me as a photographer and videographer. Not only do I get contacted by all kinds of gear review companies that have, you know, cell phone holders, and I'm trying to think of there's probably a bunch of other products just within reach here, like the arm from this is from Neewer. There's all kinds of companies that'll start getting in touch with you directly if you start getting involved with reviewer groups or other people that do reviews like this. Or, you know, if one company really likes your reviews, they'll pass your name along and they'll say, hey, you know, this Amazon account has been doing some really, really good stuff, and it works great. J-Work, it works. Your test was successful. I see you right there. Yeah, thanks for watching, by the way, J-Work. I haven't seen you in here. 007, is that a reference to James Bond by any chance? Because that'd be really cool. Yeah, so we're talking about reviews. I'm gonna pull up these review videos. Hey, it's John from UXL. How you doing? I actually kind of talked about you guys a little bit earlier in the stream. Just kind of mentioned you guys as a great, you know, e-learning platform. That's a place that I like to go to get my refresher courses, and I've been doing these like the digital photography courses. I've been running those probably once every 6 months for the past 4 or 5 years. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate you checking it out. It's good seeing you here, and I hope you and your family are doing well. Oh, nice. Chris Egan. Hey, Chris, it's good to hear from you as well. I mentioned Chris last time we were on the stream. He stopped by and gave us a like. He's a good friend from Ontario, and I mean, he could be anywhere in the world right now. Last I knew, he was managing a boxer who was doing heavyweight titles. Boom, boom, boom. It's crazy stuff. It's awesome. All right, so I'm gonna pull up one of these Twitch reviews. Let's see here. I'm gonna make sure that Twitch is muted. There we go. Thank goodness I did that, or else that would have been very loud all of a sudden. That's one thing I'm having to get used to on this site. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my my video producer page, which is on Twitch. You have this page. Let's go to our in-game. Bow. Alrighty, so on Twitch you have this page. It's called your video producer page. contains all of your recent clips. It shows your expiring ones because Twitch doesn't retain your clips forever. It'll delete them. I think it's after 14 days, so like 2 weeks you get it, or is it 30 days? I think it's 30 days because it's about a month. April 1st. Nope. No, it's 15 days. Okay. So like you can see, these are expiring soon. These are some video game streams, which, by the way, tonight we're going to be doing some gaming. Come over to Twitch if you want to watch that stuff. It'll be fun. Join us. We're playing Fable right now, which is an ancient game from 2008 or something. I don't know. It's great. Anyway, on Twitch, you can make something called highlights. So if you go to, watch a long video like this is a 4.5 hour long stream that we did. If you go to watch this video, this was the beginning of Fable. We're probably going to do some more tonight. Hey, and Ashley's sharing the link. I appreciate it. All right, so if you go to watch a video like this, I'm just going to pause it. There's this button down here called highlight. You click on that, you start to get a little editor. And here you can cut smaller sections of your live streams, which is one of the reasons why I think Twitch is extremely helpful. You can cut out a section of your 1080p live stream and save it indefinitely to your profile as a highlight. So I'll go back here to our video producer page, and let's look at this. This is a highlight that I just created. This one's definitely long for a highlight. 32 minutes long. Like typically they're about a minute or two, but I'm going to be using these slightly differently. So this, I'm going to click on this. All right, so here's your little editor. You can, change all your settings and whatnot, but you can also export these clips, which means send it directly to YouTube. And you can also, let's do this one. You can also download your clips. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to download these clips. I'm going to export them to YouTube, and then I'm also going to upload chunks of these clips after they've been kind of cut on my cell phone. I'm using a video editing software that's on my cell phone. It's super easy. It's called Adobe Premiere Rush. That's what it is. Took me a second there. So Adobe Premiere Rush is it's video editing software that you can use on your cell phone. It's meant to be used on like tablets and smartphones, devices like that. It's super intuitive to use, touch controls. It comes with motion graphics built in. It comes with templates and everything that you're going to need to do audio, titles, put some music to your stuff. Honestly, it just makes your cell phone a full editing rig. So like, it's worth checking out. Adobe Premiere Rush. It does have a monthly cost unless you're already on the Adobe Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. If you have a Creative Cloud subscription, you automatically get access to this app for free. And they have a bunch of other apps that are really cool too. Again, I'm not sponsored by Adobe or anything like that. I just really like their products, and I've been using them for years. Okay, so these clips, let's do an export to YouTube. And then I might even show you the back end of my YouTube page to show you that it's uploading. So I typically keep it just selected to private. It's a little easier like that for me. I typically export entire streams just so that I have a full version on YouTube. I like to use YouTube as an archive. I can upload the entire streams. If people want to watch those, that's awesome. But I'm also going to upload highlights. So 10-minute approximately long videos that have just the best of for an entire stream. So it's going to be kind of hard to cut content down that much, but we'll find a way. But I'm actually not going to do that quite yet. I want to edit these beforehand. So instead, I'm going to go here in the right hand menu. I can just grab these. So I'm going to download these. It's going to prepare the file, and then it's going to start our download. You'll see it pop up down here. probably taking a while because we're also live streaming and viewing the live stream and X, Y, and Z. But yeah, okay. All right. So that one should have downloaded. Preparing. Oh, is that still preparing? Yeah, okay. So they're all still preparing. So we're going to get those all just going. But basically, once you have these downloaded, you can send them to your phone. You can upload them to Dropbox. You can connect it to your smart device in that way. There might even be a way to do this on your cell phone. Honestly, I haven't used the cell phone app enough to know if you can download your highlights or download footage or anything directly to your phone. Either way, that's a pretty big file to just like let it stay awake for that. I don't know if you have to keep your phone awake or whatnot, but either way, there's multiple ways for you to get this stuff to your phone. You get it to your phone, you can use Premiere Rush, cut it apart, add some quick titles, some transitions if you need to. You can add stock footage, stock audio. They have a bunch of really cool songs on there. A couple I've used already, actually. You know what? I'll find one of those videos for you. Let's go to the YouTube page. You're gonna see all my lovely page subscriptions, like JonTron. JonTron is great, and Gerald Undone. If you like the content that I'm talking about, go look at what Gerald Undone is doing, and you'll see that you could have been spending your time better. Anyway, let's look at our videos here. So, by the way, this little weird button up here, I use TubeBuddy, which is super helpful when it comes to uploading content, adjusting your. I'm trying to. Okay, so this one's already been uploaded. Yeah, we can delete that one. It's great for adjusting tags, descriptions, creating thumbnails for things, which I obviously haven't done yet. With my UK stream, here we go. My UK vlog, those have the edited files. All right, here you can see our video files are starting to download. I'm gonna see if that's chopping up our stream at all, but it looks like we're good. All right, sweet. Down and up should be separate. So, all right, so you can see I've got a whole bunch of private content on here that's yet to be uploaded. Has a bunch of copyright claims that I have to deal with first because I use paid like stock audio, and I have to clear all that stuff before I can actually like post it live. It doesn't affect my account, but I do have to go in and say, hey, no, I have a subscription for this, thank you. All right, so the reason I was getting here is we are going to talk about one of the cell phone videos. Let's see if I have these up here. I have 43 videos on here now. Wow. Okay. All right. The tripods. This is a good example. So I'm gonna make this full screen in a second, but we're gonna watch this video. You can see my goofy face up there. Let's make sure this is gonna be normal speed. Of course we want normal speed. We're gonna go to the actual link. Okay. Pause that. Pause it. Okay, so make it 1080 and full screen. So there's some pretty intense stuff that you can do with just your cell phone. These were shot and they were shot on my cell phone. They were recorded completely with the cell phone. I think I even used the cell phone audio because I couldn't figure out how to use the connect a microphone to this because it doesn't have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I found out that you can get some USB-C to TRRS cables, but otherwise it's I was just shooting with my cell phone, and then everything else is Adobe Premiere Rush. The transitions, the titles, the music even is all built into that app. If you pay for that monthly subscription, you get all this stuff, and it's I personally think that it turned out way better than I thought it would for a cell phone video. Oh, hello again. So today we're talking about Kite. Just holding my cell phone, doing some decent shots. Stock transition with a title there. Super easy. And again, this isn't necessarily made to be viewed on a like on a computer. So I'm not supposed to be like viewing it full screen on my desktop. It's mostly for people who are going to be visiting your page on a cellular device, you know, like a smartphone or a tablet, something with a smaller screen.
Or whatever. But I've got a couple tripods from them. They've been doing a great job.
We're going to pause that. So it's they're meant for people that are visiting your page, looking at this on a smaller device. They're not watching it on a huge screen. But you know, these videos took me half an hour to shoot, another half hour to edit, and you have a great piece of content that honestly, this has gotten more views on my channel than almost anything else. This has 620 views right now, which is the closest to 1,000 that I'm pretty sure that I have on my page. Let's even double check. Views. Oh, nope, there's one that has 6 more views than that. It's 626 views. It's another cell phone video. It's a review of Neewer light panels. So these things, like, as content creators, as producers, if you do reviews on the products that you use, it can be hugely helpful to bringing viewership to your channel in general, because people are looking for educated opinions on, you know, gear, people who know what they're talking about, who know what, you know, they've used a variety of equipment and they have an actual opinion that's going to help other people. This can be a great way to really add value to your page and bring people in that otherwise just wouldn't have found your content. And I know personally, I've gone to so many pages, watched a how-to video, like Gerald Undone, Corridor Digital, Film Riot. I'm trying to think. Matt, what's his name? He's the wedding video guy. He's awesome. Matt, wedding video. I don't know. Yeah. Matt Johnson. Matt Johnson does incredible videos, and I found all of these channels through their how-to content. I'm someone who had to look up online, you know, how to record audio at a wedding, because I landed a wedding gig and I had to figure it out. So adding that sort of instructional content to your channel, that review content, is huge. It's been awesome for me, and I'm really thankful that I started doing that. I think I've had some friends tell me that I should do more of that stuff, because like they'll ask me, hey, what camera should I get? And I just go on this tirade, you know. So okay, I've got about 10 minutes left in the stream. I'm gonna try and stick to an hour with these from now on. So this section is purely AMA. If anyone wants to ask me anything, I would love to hear your questions. I'm always interested in answering your questions about photo, video, gear, media production. I've got water dripping down my face because it gets stuck in my mustache. Oh, lovely. I have a napkin right next to me, says Ashley, the wonderful person. Yep, it's even blue. Lovely. Thank you. You're great. Cheese. Okay, so we're going to do an AMA as I kind of try and test out the IG stream. I was using Yellow Duck, which I think I might have, maybe hitting the save and finish button kind of messed it up. But I think that there might be some settings on Instagram that I need to change. So I'm going to try and figure out how to stream to Instagram while... No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to try and find out how to stream to Instagram while just being open to an AMA here. I've got the restream chat up here, so if anyone watching on YouTube or on Twitch sends me a question, I'll be right there with it. Let's see here. Close that.